Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. For those new here, Pete, some call me Pilot Pete, 767 pilot. We just pre-flighted the big girl because we got our first leg of the trip, non-stop service to Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is a great trip. It starts, unfortunately, for me at least, as a commuter in Memphis. So I actually jump seated in today from Newark a couple hours ago, changed into the pilot uniform, got some lunch, and I'm excited about this trip because we're going international. I know Puerto Rico's not international, but we're flying to Puerto Rico, 30-hour layover there, and then we're flying to my very first time, a new city, new country, new passport stamp. We're going Aguadilla, Puerto Rico to San Jose, Costa Rica. So it's my first time in that country. Couldn't be more stoked. Super windy here in Memphis. They're still loading the 767. Should get out of here on time. Currently 2:03 p.m. local. It's gonna be just under 4 hours. Bumpy leaving here. Coming in, like I said, super windy. You can probably hear and see the wind in my hair. And then it'll be my leg. I've never landed actually in Barranca, and the captain always usually takes that leg. But he was like, hey, you want it? I said, absolutely, let's go do it. So 4 hours, we'll see you in Puerto Rico. Let's go do it. Hello from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. We made it. Good landing. You're gonna stick around for the score after I give you my quick little room brief. If you guys were with me last month, I stayed here, had a 2-day layover, but the green light that kept me up, I think, might not occur in this room, so we might be good. Oh, I just saw a blink, so maybe not, but we secured a king bed after a lot of finagling back and forth with the front desk. Good overall flight. I'm gonna actually meet up with the captain for dinner. Today's Friday, and I'm a practicing Catholic, so today is the first Friday of Lent, which means no meat, which means thank goodness I'm in Puerto Rico because I can get fish. So gonna change out of the flight uniform, I'll debrief the flight, and then we'll go eat dinner. So good flight down from Memphis. On our climb out of Memphis, though, we actually kind of went through the procedure that I've been explaining to a lot of people that have been asking me about, is flying safe and, you know, avoiding collisions, especially since the accident that we all know about that occurred in Washington, D.C. So I kind of just want to walk you through kind of the procedure of how it works. So we were climbing out, BB King departure, which I'll show you here. So our departure off of 18 left, gusty winds, like I said on the pre-flight there, my takeoff, hit ribs, Heiner on our way to Wallace. Our initial altitude to climb up to is 5,000 feet. Air traffic control let us know about an inbound aircraft that was leveling at 6,000 feet. So you can imagine a plane flying this way. There's the plane. We're flying on this track. They're about to come over us to go to land runway 18 left. And we're converging as far as, you know, hitting each other kind of works. But this is the kind of the safety protocols that are in place. They have been in place for a very, very long time, and why people should not be scared of flying. So that aircraft was instructed per the arrival to level at 6,000 feet. That gives 1,000-foot clearance between ourselves and them. What happens though is if our airplane's climbing too fast and their airplane's descending too quickly, the TCAS on board, the traffic collision avoidance system that each airplane has that alerts, hey, you're gonna hit each other, descend now, climb now, gives resolution advisories to listen to. It's mandatory by all pilots if you get one. But there's kind of like 3 safety measures in place. You got air traffic control saying, hey, you guys, as in me, Pete, level off at 5,000. Roger that, gonna do that. Hey, airplane ABC3 coming into Memphis, level at 6,000. That's safety protocol number 1. ATC instruction, 6,000, 5,000, 1,000 foot separation. Number two, I'm looking outside, the captain's looking outside for that airplane. We didn't end up seeing him because, contrary to belief, it's difficult to see airplanes moving fast while you're trying to fly them. And then third and foremost, our TCAS system works. So we got a traffic warning, meaning, hey, there's an airplane converging on your flight path, but we never got an RA, a revolutionary advisory, meaning I slowed, when ATC told us about that descending traffic, it clicked in my brain, hey, I'm gonna slow my climb out speed from like 3,000 feet per minute and just do a gentle ascent to about 1,500 feet per minute and level off at 5,000. And yeah, it all worked out. So the only reason I bring that up is just because it's kind of a hot topic right now in the aviation world, but I try to explain to people that, hey, it's perfectly safe. There's minimum 3 levels of warning, ATC, our own eyes, us pilots, and then the TCAS system to make sure that those things do not happen. So overall, good flight, not much to really talk about. Like I said, here's the flight plan down to Puerto Rico, standard over Miami. Luckily, even though we're flying over the water, there's so many islands that have like radar, like there's ability to have radar. So you're talking to the US Miami Center all the way down until you get to this spot right here, this little boundary layer here. They change you over to San Juan Center, which handles this airspace, and then you're talking to people in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then right around Odez, I flew the approach. It was the RNAV. They don't have ILSs to runway 8, so I flew the RNAV GPS to runway 8 and landed runway 8. Taxied off Charlie. I did a flaps 30 landing, which is pretty non-normal for me. I usually like to land flaps 25, but there's a note from our company saying, hey, the runway is getting torn up in Aguadilla, even though it's 11,000 feet. The infrastructure here isn't that great. So the first 2,000 feet are asphalt. The next first 2,000 feet are concrete, then it's asphalt. So if you could land in the first 2,000 feet, it would save the wear and tear on the tires and all that good stuff. So me being the pilot that I am, the world's okayest pilot, I should say, landed within that boundary. I'm gonna go with a 9.1 out of 10. Night landing, my first one in a while, but I thought I did an excellent job. Taxied off at Charlie, like I said, to the gate, and now we're gonna change out of the pilot uniform, which we did, go grab dinner. So let's go eat some fish. Just finished up eating with the captain across the street. Great food. I had shrimp tempura to start, and then some mahi mahi tacos. They were really good. I realized I haven't opened up a Scooby snack in front of you guys in a while, so let's see what desserts are in here for me. But before I open these, you know what I just realized? I have a little footnote. I thought since we're flying international, I'd be getting international catering, just snack boxes. Not happy about that, but at least we got our tuna sandwich. I went to Jimmy John's before, so Captain didn't want his Scooby snack, so I actually have 2. Let's see what we got. Apricots. I don't know. If you eat these, I have a feeling like you probably spent a lot of time in jail maybe. You don't know what food is because these are gross. Ooh, here we go. Some classic hummus. We'll save that. Honey, mustard, and onion pretzels. Now these taste delicious, but when you go back on the ingredients, it is not good for you. Canola oil, malt syrup, salt, yeast, sugar, salad style mustard powder, other potassium chloride, canola oil, expeller press, non-GMO canola oil, but they are delicious. So we'll put this in the maybe pile. I shouldn't. Chocolate quinoa crisp? Yeah, probably not. This I'll definitely eat. Turkey beef stick. Well, it's not beef, it's turkey, but not today because it's Lent. And then almonds, sea salt. Decent. Fingers crossed this one's a little better. Come on, green. Come on, green, come on, green, come on, green. Come on, green. Green. We got breadsticks, trash, beef jerky. We'll definitely eat that tomorrow or the next day. Some more pretzels. I'm definitely not going to eat 2 of the pretzels. Another quinoa peppercorn cheese spread for this, probably those cracker things. Definitely not. Garbage. And then the last thing. Ooh, this is our dessert. oatmeal chocolate chip, kind of like protein bar. Let's see what the ingredients are on this bad boy. I'm guessing not too healthy. Ingredients: peanut butter, good. Honey, good. Gluten-free rolled oats. All right, we'll do that. Chocolate chips, yeah. Dates, pea protein, coconut oil, sea salt, Kai's. You have a winner. Now, how do you taste? As expected, not great, but not bad. It's pretty good. Cheers. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the sun will be out in Puerto Rico. Good morning. Nothing better than waking up. You can wear short sleeves and shorts and walk your way to breakfast. So we're going to the same spot we ate dinner with the captain last night. It's a kind of like a bistro bar, and it actually has decent food. And then I want to go on a run, but I kind of screwed up my gluteus maximus. I pushed a run the other day and felt a little twinge, nothing severe, nothing bad, but maybe I'll just do the rower or walk on the incline treadmill or slow jog or something. Some sort of cardio will be occurring today though. And then tomorrow's wake up is at like 2 a.m. I think we have like a 2:30 show in the lobby. So that means I gotta get to bed super early, which is why I'm up kind of early and wanna get myself exhausted, because Costa Rica, which isn't planned by the way, that's one thing I'm not really good at, I have to admit, is most people have their hotel, their tours, and everything kind of planned and booked. Nope, not me. I don't even know technically which part of Costa Rica I'm like staying in. I've gotten different recommendations from different people and online. La Fortitude, I believe, is where I'm aiming towards, because it's not a beach town. Even though I'm a big beach guy, I figured I always go to the beach. Why not mix it up, stay in a little bit of a jungle? Supposedly they have like really cool waterfalls and zip lines and koalas and wildlife. So that's what we're aiming for. But that's gonna be today's goal. Except for working out, we'll grab our iPad and our laptop, maybe sit by the pool and actually book Costa Rica. So when I get there, I'm not just a stranded boy. So we're just on our way to the gym to get our non-negotiable workout in, and then we got run into by, want to tell the folks who you are?
I am Sam.
So Sam stopped me, said, "Hey, Pilot Pete, what's going on?" He's here. You're a captain flying what airplane?
On the ATR 42 and 72.
Nice. Where'd you fly to this week? Any cool destinations?
Barbados, Trinidad, just all the islands down here. Actually, St. Lucia yesterday.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You get time there, or is it more just for like you said, load and unload?
Yeah, just on
Okay.
load and unload.
Okay, and then you're here in Puerto Rico for how long?
Just for the week, and I'll probably be back in a couple weeks.
Do you know where your next assignment is? Where you're flying next week?
I'm just doing Minneapolis, Duluth.
Okay.
Really short.
So what do you like better, Minneapolis in the winter or Puerto Rico and St. Lucia?
I like them both. Yeah.
Okay, fair. But we were just talking. Sam here is we were just sharing stories. An incredible runner. You're not going to believe his PR in a marathon. You got to tell the people.
That's 2:39:11.
2:39:11 is like unfathomable to me. What is that per mile?
6:04 per mile.
6:04.05 per mile is insane. We were just talking. I was telling him about my fast-paced run the other day in New York. I ran a 7 minutes 22 seconds for 3.6 miles. My heart rate was like 190. I was going to explode. This guy's running 6-minute miles for 26 miles. Unfathomable. Sam, thank you for stopping me. Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah.
Pleasure. And
Nice meeting you.
You'll see Sam flying your planes in no time. Shout out again to Sam and Simon for stopping in, saying hi. It was fun talking to those guys. I still can't get over his marathon time. It's incredible. But we're in the gym now, getting our non-negotiable in. Not feeling the run. Like I said, my gluteus maximus is hurting, so we just did 60 minutes on the assault bike. This thing is freaking brutal. And we'll do a little shoulders and get some sun in here in a little bit. Book the rest of my Costa Rica stuff. Got the hotel booked, so we're pumped about that. And then start booking the what to do while we're there. Enjoy the jungle. Got our non-negotiable in. Did 60 minutes on the bike and then some shoulders. Travel hack though for all you people out there that want to get healthier and consume more protein, or who already take supplements, just bring them with you. I have like a whole Ziploc bag of just protein powder and creatine, the two things that I take. Saves me money, saves me time. I know I like the taste. It's just dump it into a bag. You don't have to go out looking for protein shakes, and you can still get your protein in even while you're traveling. It's not because I'm a pilot that I can bring that on board. I travel as a normal muggle all the time, passenger clothing, and TSA, it's allowed. It's definitely allowed, so it's a little hack for you. But we're gonna go grab some lunch, feast on some, probably a chicken or steak burrito. Food is always good here, and then we'll lay out by the pool for a couple hours, soak up some sun. Got my iPad with me. We'll do some work. We'll book those Costa Rica tours. Oh man, what a day though. What a day. Happy Saturday. Well, Saturday for me. And you guys obviously lived through it too, but beautiful day to be alive, folks. We love it. So enjoying a relaxing day by the pool. Ordered some food. I was like, I hadn't ordered pizza. Went to go pick it up. Quesadilla, mucho gracias. Very nice and relaxing day in the sun. Got some color that I'll definitely turn burned. But if you know me, I'm two things. I'm Canadian, my mom's side, so I always get burnt pretty bad from her genes, and then my Italian takes over and it'll turn tan. So mission accomplished. So I can come home, make Sonia a little jealous of my day in the sun. But nice little courtesy they have is they're gonna drive me to the supermarket, get some groceries, and then I'm gonna head to bed because, like I said, I got a 3 a.m. pickup in a couple hours. I guess it kind of is. It's currently 5:30, so get a little bit of light bite to eat for dinner, and then we're not catered, which is like, I'm shooketh by that. The fact that it's like a 4-hour flight to Costa Rica, the fact that there's no food options anywhere, the fact that it's a 3 a.m., 4 a.m. departure. So anyway, it is what it is. So I'll just have to take matters into my own hands and go to the grocery store. Like I said, hopefully they have some protein shakes or grab and go stuff, and then we'll head back and get ready for dinner. But booked two things. I got my flight from Costa Rica, the main airport in San Jose, to La Fortuna, and then I booked my hotel. So we're making progress. I haven't booked any of the adventures, zip lining, hanging bridges, volcano hikes. They're all going to be part of it. Just got to pull the trigger once I know I'm actually going to make it there, and we're good to go. So let's go to the grocery store. All right, 6:30, got dinner secured, back to my hotel, showered, gonna pack, eat, get to bed, hopefully get about 6 or 7 hours. Hopefully I can fall asleep this early. I'm not really that tired, but those skies, cotton candy, beautiful. I just thought it was funny because my mom just texted me, hey, where are you? Just like, where in the world are you? It's just funny how different children of the same parents and just different ways of like communicating. I'm very, very close with both my mom and dad. Talk to them a lot, but not like, definitely not on a daily basis. And tomorrow, for example, I'm going to Costa Rica, San Jose, Costa Rica, jumping on a puddle jumper to La Fortuna, staying at some random hotel, doing some random adventures solo, won't have self-service. And it's just like my mom and dad are so used to it by now. They don't ask questions. They're not like, hey, you know, give us the address or this or that. It's just like, obviously I'm a grown man, but it's more so just like, oh, Pete being Pete. I always just find that funny because even when I'm with Sonia, it's probably much better, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but what's the hotel address? What's this? What's that? I'm more just free-spirited in the wind. Life will come how life comes, you know? All right, guys, early wake up tomorrow. I just found out, though, the clocks go back tonight, so I have no idea what time I need to be up. Like, my show time's 3. Is that going to be 2 or is it going to be 4? I don't know. Fingers crossed that my alarms and the wake-up call and everything goes smoothly, because no idea what's going on. But either way, I'll see you on the ramp in Branken. Beautiful people, buenos dias from the ramp in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. We just pre-flighted to 767. She's all set to go. Our first time, we're going to Costa Rica. Never been, excited to go. 3 hours and 25-minute flight, and we should be able to get out of here early. I got a puddle jumper flight when we land in San Jose to get to La Fortuna. Great layover here. It's gonna be the captain's leg, nice and warm. APU's on. Thankfully, daylight savings. We made it work. We're here on time. No issues. I guess Puerto Rico does not do daylight savings. They don't move their clocks throughout the year whatsoever. Plus the iPhones nowadays, as you guys know, you can pretty much take care of it. But I did get a little nervous because usually we get an alert call on international flights. And I know what to say, Pete, Puerto Rico is not international. Yeah, well, it kind of is with the way my company operates, how we're paid, and the operations we do here. But anyway, I digress. I set my alarm for about 40 minutes prior to my showtime down in the lobby. I was not expecting to wake up to my alarm. I was thinking to wake up to the alert call. Did not wake up to the alert call. So I actually texted the captain. I was like, hey, just confirming our showtime's in 30 minutes from now. I'm confused about what time it is exactly. And he was like, yeah, Puerto Rico, no daylight savings, blah, 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 you're all good. And then like 10 minutes later, I got the alert call. So they're just late giving us the alert call, but no big deal. It all worked out. We made it here on time. It's funny because I've had issues in the past at different airlines or whatever where pilots have missed showtime because of daylight savings, but pretty rare now with all the technology and stuff. Anyway, I'll be pilot monitoring 3 hours and 25 minutes to Costa Rica. Let's go check out a new country. All right, so we're not going to be using it because 2 reasons. 1, it's a short flight. 2, because it's a 2-man crew, but rest module, I've shown this before. We have an E-tops bird with a CRM in it, crew rest module. This is the bunks for those who haven't seen it. Like I said, I've shown it a few times, 767. It's unique to our fleet only. I like them. Well, I like them even more so because it means I'm going somewhere far and cool normally. Even better, it means I'm gonna be laying back here sleeping, getting paid. So here's what they look like on the 767. If we were to have them, they'd have linens and pillows and all that good stuff. But I just pre-flight it, making sure all the stuff works. There's the call, and checked all the equipment, and we're all good to go. Costa Rica, here I come. Beautiful people, we made it. Costa Rica, nice flight all the way through the night. It was dark, it was quiet. I'll go over the flight debrief. I'll probably do a full video on that. Just international ops were a little bit unique, I guess you can say, for lack of a better term, but captain's leg, we were landing runway 7 and easy peasy, we're here. Sun's rising in Costa Rica. Cleared customs and now I'm at the domestic terminal to catch a caravan, I think it's like a 6 or maybe 8 person flight up to La Fortuna. Definitely pronouncing that wrong, but that's all right. We're used to that by now. And yeah, excited to start my adventure, see how all this goes. I got 3 days here, and then we'll have to fly back to Memphis because I'll have another trip that'll pick right back up. But we're not thinking about that. We're gonna go enjoy Costa Rica and go have some fun. So let's go do it. That could not have been easier. The terminal, you can see literally the entire terminal in this video. That's the entrance for domestic. Checked in my bag, went through that security, and then here's the tiny terminal, and there's my plane, the second one, the caravan. So I know some people wouldn't love the small planes, but I'm looking forward to it for our short flight up to La Fortuna. Excited. It's currently 6:06 a.m. Tired, but I think adrenaline, just getting to where I want to be. So looking forward to this trip. Should be good, and then I'll be off the grid as far as cell service once I get out of this airport. No Wi-Fi for a couple days unless I'm in the hotel, obviously. But yeah, looking forward to it. Excited to go. Costa Rica, baby. Pure Vida. Oh, and shout out to the Costa Rica domestic terminal. There's our boarding pass. This looks pretty cool. I don't think I get to keep it, unfortunately. But look what you can bring through. Full water bottles, opened, unopened, yogurts. Come on, American TSA, figure it out. That's how it should be, folks. That's absolutely how it should be. But, oh well. At least I got my breakfast and my water's through. And these boarding passes are what's up. Landed in La Fortuna. They got Uber here, so we got an Uber on the way. Fun little flight, literally only 7 minutes takeoff to touchdown. I couldn't see the runway though, that was a crazy approach until the last second, but super fun. Definitely way better than a 4-hour bus ride. Beautiful terminal. Hopefully fly out of here in a couple days. Buenos dias. We made it to La Fortuna. You can see some of the greenery in the background. This is my hotel. I'm super early though. It's 7:48 local time. Check-in's not till 3, but they said they'd probably get me in a couple hours. Gonna go explore and start doing my thing, but I figured since I got a little time to kill, let's go over the flight debrief and just review the international flight from Puerto Rico to Costa Rica. Probably the nicest flight debrief hotel I've ever been in as far as weather and climate and just relaxing. But without further ado, we started in Barranquilla. It's a long airport, pushback, early morning, 2 a.m. departure, or I should say, sorry, 2:30 a.m. alarm, about a 3:45 show at the airport for a 4:45 a.m., but we were out of there 40 minutes early since we flew just a lot of empty cans. So they offloaded the jet, we pre-flighted, and then we got out of there. Interesting though, since the airport is towered but closes, as you can see here, for those of you in flight training, the asterisk means it's partial operation. So it was closed. We had to do untowered ops. So that's a pretty abnormal thing for a 767 to be talking to CTAF, basically making position reports. But us and another, I think it was a Frontier Airbus, they were departing as well. So easy peasy push back, and then we actually have to get clearance from San Juan Center. So there's no air traffic control that's open. That's something that's unique about departing at this time. So taxied via Alpha to runway 8, and then we hold short and we have to call San Juan Center. They said you're cleared for departure. On departure, turn left and proceed direct to the first fix, which was Mila. So we made just a big looping left turn, pitch dark, quiet over the ocean, direct to Mila. And then we're talking to Santo Domingo Center. So there's Dominican Republic right off of our right. You can see the lights, beautiful evening or early morning, I should say. Kept tracking down, and basically these little squares that you guys see are fur boundaries. Basically just airspace restrictions and airspace for each country. So basically how it works international, which is different than the US, Santo Domingo basically just tells you, hey, at Vesca, which is this fix right here on the boundary, contact the next center, which I believe was Curacao. Yep, Curacao Control. So we contacted them. They gave us a frequency. Same thing. We checked in at flight level 380 with Curacao, and they said at Ceylon, report. Ceylon's this fix. And they actually didn't answer when we hit Ceylon, so we just did it ourselves and went over to Barranquilla radar control. So talking to Barranquilla, reviewed the approach and the arrival to keep us awake, stretch my legs, use the bathroom. There's Barranquilla, so that's who we're talking to, their radar. And then same thing, Bitex, they cleared us to change over to Costa Rica. So now we're talking to Costa Rica, or I'm sorry, Panama Center. We got to Bitex, and then our flight plan actually had us going all the way down here and then over to the left. I don't have it anymore because we got proceeded direct. So right when he hits Bitex, Costa Rica, cut this corner over Panama, we didn't have to go. So we proceeded direct to Isba, saved about 5 minutes, right across there. And then we started seeing the lights of San Jose and the country of Costa Rica. And then they cleared us for the ILS approach via the Star. So the Cure 3 India approach, we flew over Isba. These fixes, Cure, we had to follow all these arrivals and descents as far as altitude goes. Max 250 at 12, as you can tell, very mountainous terrain in Costa Rica. So pitch dark, couldn't see anything. I had my terrain mode up, as did the captain. That's probably one of the biggest threats, besides the early morning departures, all that terrain that we have to make sure we don't obviously run into. But these altitudes and the VNAV on the 767 did exactly that. And then they actually cleared us for the approach. So as you can see here, the arrival ends at this fix, Turo, max 210 knots. That's our speed. Altitude is 10,000. And the approach plate actually starts at Turo. So same thing, max 210, 10,000 feet. So we hit that fix. The captain armed the approach mode. The airplane flew a perfect pattern and then intercepted the localizer and the glide slope, which is the up and down and the left and right path for the airplane. Very kind of weird approach in the sense that this airport, it's very narrow, the runway, and there's a lot of lights, so you get that black hole effect. You basically think you're a lot higher than you are, but you obviously listen to your instruments and follow the PAPI. And the captain did a nice job, landed runway 7. We taxied off at intersection Delta, and then we taxied into our gate, Delta Alpha Foxtrot to C2, and that was the flight. So the biggest difference flying international for pilots, especially someone who doesn't do it all the time, but for those of you who will be doing it in the future or who do it, the biggest thing for sure is communications, air traffic control. They're all English speaking, but it can be very, very hard sometimes to understand the accents and the names of the fixes. So that's definitely the biggest threat. Number 2 is just unknown, right? So like I fly into Memphis, Newark, LAX all the freaking time. I can do that with my eyes closed at this point. Flying into San Jose, Costa Rica, first time for me. Captain said he did it like 20, 30 years ago. So basically it might as well be unfamiliar to him too. And then, like I said, they mentioned the high terrain. So definitely a threat. You want to make sure you're, doing the right thing at the right time. And I guess the last thing would definitely be the time of departure, because we both went to bed at like 8 p.m. last night. And then I woke up around midnight, checked my phone because I didn't know what the time change and if my alarm had gone off or not. You're kind of out of sorts. And then my alarm did finally wake me up at 2:30. And, it's just not normal body clock for me to be up at those hours. So either way, successful flight, and the trip ends with a back-end deadhead. So the captain actually went to the company-provided hotel with the transportation. He'll have all day today, and then his flight back to the States is like 6 a.m. I think tomorrow. I extended the trip 3 days. The company allows you to do that on the front or back end of a trip. So I'm able to use my travel deviation deadhead money bank, so it doesn't come out of my pocket. I booked this sweet retreat villa, whatever you want to call it, that I'm super excited, and they paid for the transportation and everything to get up here, so it's all good. It's all gravy. I'm just super stoked. Like I said, you guys who who've been watching me for a while know how much I love the perk of the job of, yeah, the flying's fun, the layovers are fun, but the fact that now I'm unofficially laying over in La Fortuna, Costa Rica. I mean, I'm not getting paid. Well, I guess technically I'm getting paid till tomorrow AM, but the deadhead pay, yeah, it's just like a sweet, sweet perk. I'm super blessed, super grateful. But yeah, that's going to end this vlog. I know it's going to be another cliffhanger for you guys because I want to do a whole full-on Costa Rica, like where I go to eat, the sights, the travels. I got to squeeze a lot into a little bit of time. I only have pretty much 2.5 days here before I got to head back to work to Memphis. So yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed coming along for the pilot trip. I hope you join me next week when I show you all of beautiful Costa Rica. I couldn't be more stoked that I'm here to check it out. As always, if you have any comments or questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Just make sure you follow me first, pilotpete.fly. Hit me up with comments below. I read them all. I get back to you guys. You know that. And if you wouldn't mind, it'd be very, very gracious to subscribe to the channel. We're growing this to the moon. That's the goal. Oh, and I got to go a quick shout out before I go to Will on the ramp in San Jose, Costa Rica. Pilot Pete Fly YouTube is officially international. So as I was getting off the plane before we cleared customs, company guy was like, "Hey, you're Pilot P on YouTube, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "I watch your stuff." I said, "Awesome, thank you so much." So we chatted for a little bit. Will, super nice guy, pleasure meeting you. He's like, "I'm looking forward to seeing your Costa Rica vlog." So we'll definitely, hopefully bring him a good one. And I fibbed. I didn't fib, I effed up. I told you guys I had that Osmo Pocket 3 camera that my buddy let me borrow for this exact trip to vlog. I left it back in New York, so that's my bad. But anyway, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Come back next week to see what Costa Rica is all about. I couldn't be more excited to be here. I think that's the volcano in the background. I don't know why I'm whispering, but yeah, can't wait. As always, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care.